and welcome to Find It on this Wednesday evening. I'm so glad to be here, and I am so glad you're here. Whether you're live or on replay, this is going to be a great one. I have Anna Fox with me tonight, and she has been on the podcast before, but we had technical difficulties. That's no fair. So she is back, and we have updates. So I can't wait for her to share that with you. She is, I call her my dear friend now. And she is a mother, and she is an entrepreneur and a whole lot of other things. And also she's a brunch gal. Who doesn't love a good brunch? So let's bring Anna on after her intro right now. Hello, Anna.
Hello. I always love that intro video.
I know.
Look so good. I'm like, okay.
It's a lot of drama. Anna. So you just got back from a U2 concert.
I did. It was so much fun. I mean, I love U2, but like it's at the Sphere in Vegas. So I feel like you could go listen to anybody and it would be like amazing. Totally worth it.
That's so cool. And so you got back Monday or late Monday. So here we are on Wednesday. That's kind of a turnaround. I mean, you're a Texas girl, so that's a hike.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, and our flight was delayed, so I didn't get home till 2:00 in the morning. But yeah, I mean,
here you are.
Here I am. Trying to power through it. Almost didn't make it today.
Oh my gosh, I know. Okay, so I want to let everybody know, some people may not have been on when you were on before. We could hear you really well, but we really couldn't see your beautiful face. You and I met in June when I was in Dallas for the market to start my business, to get my inventory. And when I met you, it was on the second day, and I was really flustered because there's so much to see. And I'd already gone over budget. And then all of a sudden I go to this booth, and there you are running this booth, and you and I struck up conversation, and the rest is history. Like, we've stayed in touch. You've helped me so much. And I'm so super grateful. But there's been so much that's happened in your life since then too. And we'll get to that.
Yep.
But first of all, I would love for you to give everybody an idea of who you are and how you live in Texas, and about your upbringing a little bit, and then we'll fast track on to where we are now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a hot mess. I mean, like
Hot Mess Express.
No, when you texted me at 6:40 and were like, "You can hop on now," I was like, "Oh, I'm on the struggle bus." Like, in my bathroom trying to comb my 3-day-old hair that hasn't been washed. And I couldn't find my brush. And then I was trying to like kind of put some makeup on and take my sweatshirt off that I've had on for the past 4 days. So
I know, travel, and, I mean, a new business, all that you have going on. I'm kind of with you in a lot of creepy, like, synchronicities that way. But anyway, so you are a mother of 2 beautiful children.
Yes. I have a 19-year-old son who is very much like I am. He is that entrepreneur spirit. He's trying to find his way. He is tested me over the years, but we are figuring it out together. And then I have a 16-year-old daughter who is way too much like me. So we butt heads, but she is super motivated and hardworking. And
I met her. She was with you working. Yeah, I met her.
Yep, she works. They've seen how much I work. So I feel like maybe that's one of the positives, is that they've gotten my work ethic. Maybe a little too much. I don't know how to slow down, but I'm trying. I'm learning.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I grew up in Texas, moved away to Nebraska for a little bit when I was married, but moved back probably 10 years ago. And now I'm here.
Well, and people can, when you and I have talked about the fact that, you were married, you had these beautiful children, the marriage didn't work out, and then you're a single mom and working and doing all that you do. There are so many people who can feel that with you. And so when you say your kids watched you work, because you did, and you supported them, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. And I still do. I was a single mom for a long time. I mean, they're older now, so I don't, like
Sure.
feel like they're more adult than I am at this point. But I met my guy that I'm with now. We've been together for 3 years now, I think it is. Yeah, today, I was gonna call you and tell you this earlier. Like, you know how we're so bad about letting people help us?
Yes.
Yeah, today I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm having a panic attack, I think, because I have 1,000 places to be." And so he was in my upstairs office, like, breaking down boxes and, like, picking up all the trash that I've thrown on the floor when I'm packing orders and, like, bringing boxes in because I got a huge shipment in today, and I'm, like, stressing because I'm watching him help me, and he's, like, perfectly happy and, like, enjoys helping me. But I'm
Yeah.
like he goes, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I'm not." Like, you're helping me, and I don't know what to do because I've never let anybody actually, like, assist in what I'm doing with work. So,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, so this is what it feels like."
And
With
it probably is. I know what you're saying. It's unfamiliar
Mhm.
territory. There are times I think in our minds we feel like, "Oh my gosh, I wish I had help." Then when someone tries to help, it's like we push back a little bit. And I guess it's with anything else in life, we have to figure out how to receive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
we always like to give, but then when someone tries to give back, it's awkward. Why is that, Anna? Why
Because
do
we're
you think that
stubborn.
is?
I think in my mind, it's one of those, like, "Oh, if I have to ask for help, it's kind of a weakness." And even though I can tell people, like, the opposite, like, I never tell people that because I don't really believe that. I'm thinking, "You know what? If you we're here to help you because it actually brings us joy to help other people." Like, it brings me joy to help other people. But then when it comes to me, I feel like, oh, they see me as a certain person and like she's a really hardworking person and gets all these things done. So if I do ask for help, it's almost and it's just me. It's me telling myself, "Oh, well, you're not as strong as you come off." And really it has nothing to do with that,
Yeah.
like, at
But,
all.
I think for me, it's I don't wanna be a burden. It's like it's like, "Oh gosh, I need help, but oh gosh, that's okay." But then when someone else needs me, I don't
Right.
think that they're being a burden. So,
Yeah.
why do I feel like that? I don't know. But, you have helped me so much, and I've allowed you. I've received it and been like, "Please do," because there's a difference too between knowing how to do something and knowing how to do everything and wanting to do it yourself because you've got it versus not understanding something and truly needing assistance. Because I know, and I've said this before on a podcast, one of my friends said to me one time, one of my dearest friends, she said, why do we know you can do it all, but why? Because you're wearing yourself out. When you're getting ready for an event, why don't you delegate jobs to us so we can do that for you?
Yeah.
We can help. And I'm like, okay, but it's fine. And she said, but we want to help you. So when you don't allow us to help you, it makes us feel like, why?
Right, like,
You
they're
know?
not good enough to help you.
Yeah, exactly.
Would never want I mean, that's not it at all. We don't wanna make people feel that way, but yeah, I mean, that I just can't get sometimes it's hard to get over that, thinking of, like, I don't wanna burden anybody.
Yeah, it's the same way with me, but, I don't know. So it's a really cool story between Anna and I and how we met and then how we've stayed in touch. But along the way, as she's helped me, she was also building another business for herself and has launched it. But before we really even show, because I want to show people what you're selling, but tell me how you got to how long had you wanted to start this business and what led up to that and what made you decide to go ahead and go for it?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think this business has been something that's been in the back of my head, probably since I was a teenager. I didn't know what it looked like because to me, this business is more of a story and like my passion and like kind of what my not I don't, not really purpose, but kind of purpose, like what my purpose is in life. And it's always been there. I just
Mhm.
never saw it as like I'm gonna make it into like like launch a business out of it. Because I've tried a lot of different things. I thought I wanted to be a boutique owner and like sell clothes. I thought I wanted to do crafty things and like um, make stuff for parents with kids. I did this thing called Piggies and Paws, where you do the fingerprints and they have the footprints of like your kids and you turn them into this like artwork.
Oh, yeah.
So I did that for a little bit, and I tried the Mary Kay thing, and I did all these things because I knew I didn't want to work for a company, that I wanted to do something that I had freedom to be able to like be with my kids more. But along the way, I learned a lot of things by helping other people and by helping other people like grow their business. And then just recently, I kind of like right after I met you, I was like, you know what, I'm going to just do it. Now's the time. The gentleman that I'm dating, he was like, you know what, either you're all in or you're all out with this business. He was like, it's a great idea, because we kept talking about it. And he goes, if you're going to do it, be 100% about it. And it's just so scary because it is a piece of me.
Mhm.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, it could either go really well, and then that freaks me out, or it could bomb, and then, I mean, it's hard not to take it personal because it's
A
mine.
part of you.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, your imprint is all over this, and when you guys hang tight
every
because
little
we
thing,
talk about
we
this.
talk about it, every little detail.
Yeah,
Stayed up long nights just thinking about it, and then it'll come to me at like very random times. Um, but yeah, every little detail, I've tried to put a lot of thought and passion into it.
yes.
Also running my other business, so you know.
Yeah, and so your handle is, the boutique boss. So, I was in really good hands. I have someone to ask a lot of questions, and you'd say, "Don't I can at least help you not make the mistakes that I've seen other people make," which is good, and you've given me really, really solid, good advice, but you've done this for a lot of years, helping people build their own business, and even going and streaming it, live streaming for the new kind of way for
Yeah.
online boutiquing. And so how many years have you helped? I know you have some really like high profile clients that you help. How long have you done that?
Um, so I did my 9 to 5 for a while, because that was when I was a single mom, and I thought, I'm not ready to take the risk yet. It was more of a side hustle.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what, now's the time. I can find more clients, and it'll like free up some time. And then, I know how much I need, so I'll just make that much.
Yeah.
I left. So I've been doing, I've been helping small businesses for 4 years now, like full time 4 years.
Yeah. And a lot of the side hustle long before that.
Yeah, a lot of the side hustle long before that. I've probably been, in a way, doing this for about 10 to 12 years, because when
Yeah.
I lived in Nebraska, I helped a guy. We literally worked out of his basement, and I did his customer service. I had to teach myself. He wanted a website, and I didn't know how to build a website at that time. And I was like, yeah, of course. And so I spent the weekend learning how to try to get through it, and we built him a website. And then we
Oh.
ended up opening up a storefront for him, and then I moved away. But yeah,
But I know that you help so many people, and I've watched you helping during live streams on other boutiques, and it's fun to see you do that. I know you don't necessarily love to be in front of the camera,
no, no,
and
I do
I'll
not.
hear you in the back, but then the regulars that are watching always wanna see Anna try something on too, which is always so cute. Um, but yeah, so the way you were raised and you as a person, okay, this is important for us to talk about because this is part of you that's in your new company.
Yeah.
And so, let me give you guys an example. When I said to her, Anna, I feel like I should pay you or something for all this amazing guidance and help that you're giving me. And she said, Debbie, I want to help you. And I am. And I don't want you to feel like you have to give me anything in return. This is who I am. And I'm giving this to you just because I want to. And I just remember thinking, that's rare. I mean, that, and you truly didn't want anything. You just thought, I'm going to help this girl. We had a connection when
Yeah.
we met, we chatted, we got to know each other a little bit, we stayed in touch, and you helped me. And
Yes.
I just remember thinking, you are, and this is what's crazy. You're a unicorn. You're different in the way of, I'm not saying that there aren't other people who don't give of themselves without wanting anything in return, but we literally knew, we did not know one another.
Yeah.
I was a perfect stranger. I mean, we aren't now. I mean, we've had a lot of conversations. We've texted. I know, about your kids and your upbringing and all that. But I was a perfect stranger who you helped and you didn't want anything in return. And so, wow, I mean, it's just amazing. So now you've launched this business that you've had inside of you all these years. So let's tell everybody what the name of it is and why you named it that.
Okay. So the name of my business is Unicorn Assassin,
Yeah.
which I know it's a very strange thing. Um, so how it came about was my boyfriend, we would joke, he would joke with me and he said, "You're my little unicorn assassin, like you're a unicorn assassin because you're like so nice and kind and like unicorn, you're very different." And I'd always say, "Well, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not sweet. That is not a compliment. I am an assassin, and I'm gonna take you out." And he goes, "Oh, so you're like a murderous assassin." I was like, "Whoa, okay, Mel." I'm like
A little much.
I'm a non-murderous assassin because I love watching like assassin movies and stuff like that. And I'm like, but I would be the worst assassin because I mean, I can't hurt you, but I'm like, I'm gonna kill him with kindness. Like you just watch me. And so it turned into, well, you're a unicorn assassin. And he kept calling me that. And I was like, that is so annoying. And then he goes, "It's gonna be your next business." And he goes, "You should trademark that." And then the more I thought about it, I thought that makes a lot of sense though, because that does describe, I mean, it's weird to say like, "Oh yeah, it describes me because I'm nice and I'm an assassin," but it describes kind of what I like. People think, "Oh, if you're kind, you're soft." Like
Mm,
you're walked all over. And I don't believe that. I mean, I think that you can be kind-hearted and you can be a very loving, encouraging, and compassionate person, but also be like that edgy, kind of like, I mean, like a badass. Like you can be edgy and you can be strong and tough, but in a empathetic and a compassionate way.
mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where the name comes from. And then I've always really liked jewelry, like in particular bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, I was like, you know what, it'd be cool to give something away because you and I've talked. I love to give things away.
Yeah.
There'd be times in the past where I would be waiting on a wait list forever to get my hands on like some bracelet that I wanted or a necklace, and I would wear it for like a day, and then I would be talking with somebody and they'd be telling me their story. And I thought, you know what? I think like I'm gonna just gift it to them. And so I would take it off after waiting 6 months to get it. And I'm like, I feel like you should have it. And it would just make their like they would light up and it meant so much to them. It seemed like that I thought, you know what, I mean, like that's worth it to me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the purpose behind this brand is everything. I've started with bracelets. So it's a set and one of them has an engraved word. For example, you have Fab Within, and that was specifically designed for you. Um,
Let me see if I
but
can.
yeah, so I have like beautiful moon.
Len, put that picture up and keep talking, Anna, behind the picture.
Yeah, so I have the kind-hearted, I have loved, we have worthy, we have extraordinary. Extraordinary is a real like that's one of my favorites just because in my head I'm thinking I like you don't have to everybody's like, "Oh, you have to live like some extraordinary life." To me, you live an ordinary life and you make all the moments extraordinary. You can do things for other people, you can have an extraordinary life in your everyday ordinary things. So that's what
Mhm.
that ordinary means to me. But yeah, so those are the five like starting words that we came up with or that I came up with. Um, and each of them is paired with another bracelet. So when you purchase it, you're getting both of them, but it's really one to keep, one to give. So
Mhm.
when you come across somebody, and it can be a family member, it can be your best friend, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But for me, it can be somebody that you just meet. Like, it can be your Starbucks barista. I mean, I love giving stuff to my Starbucks barista. They take care of me. Um, so yeah, it can be somebody that you walk past or like a mom that has, that you see that has their 3 kids with them and the kids are loud and you can see the struggle on their face. We've all been there. I mean, maybe they just need a little bit of encouragement. So that's what that bracelet's for. When you find somebody to that you feel like you should gift something to. So like
So is it the one that says something on it that you give and you
um
keep the rope bracelet, or does it matter?
it doesn't matter. In my mind, it was the engraved word. So that whenever they look down, they can see the word.
Yeah.
Um it was funny. My daughter, she takes these classes. She's doing PCT, so patient care tech training.
Yeah.
And she was telling me one day about how she was quizzing me. She goes, "Okay, if you're at like a senior living place and they say that like one of the elderly people are kind of down, what do you do?" And she was like, "Here are your options." She goes, "Do you say that you're going to call their kids and have someone come visit them? Are you going to, I don't remember what the other ones were, but one of them was, or you paint their nails." And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Like, why would you paint their nails? And she goes, no, it's paint your nails. I'm like, oh, okay, well, why? And she goes, because when you're feeling down, it's something that's physically there. So when they look down and they see their
Oh,
nails painted, they're going to remember that moment that you spent with them while they're painting their nails. So to me, if someone looks down and sees a bracelet, that's going to be a reminder of like, you know what, I may not know this person, but they were kind enough to like, and like took time out of their day to notice me and to see like maybe that I was struggling or maybe that I just needed somebody to say something nice to me or to even like smile at me. So that's that's the whole purpose behind the brand.
I
And
love it. It's so you too, because and this is funny, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I also have had stuff where if someone said, I mean, it's not like it's not like an 18 karat gold, something that someone gave me or my wedding ring or something
yeah,
like that, but like I've had cute bracelets. And I think it's only been bracelets. I've never taken a necklace off or anything, but someone will say, "Oh my God, I love that." And I'll say, "Here."
yep,
And it does feel good to give. And I think for us, it feels better to give. It's awkward to receive
right,
sometimes. But the fact that that's who you are and to create a set that you buy with the intention that one of these days when the right person, when it strikes you, you know you're gifting it. It may be to a perfect stranger.
right,
That's cool to think about. I loved your brand. And I also want to say, when you said just because kindness should never be confused with weakness.
right,
And in my mind, I think it's far more difficult and challenging or powerful to be kind to people when it would be much easier not to be. It
yeah,
takes a lot of restraint and composure to be kind to the people who may not deserve necessarily your kindness. And so that really spoke to me when you said that. So the fact that and I've heard it all my life, kill him with kindness, kill him with kindness. And so the unicorn assassin is just that. It's regardless of the situation or who you're working with, it just be kind, and in a world right now, we really need kindness more than ever.
right. And then on some of the box and the branding and stuff that I have, it says like changing the world one bracelet at a time. I mean, I already have come up with some other ideas of some rings and stuff, and everything's always going to be sold in a set because the purpose is to give something away.
Yay!
So no matter what it is, you're going to buy it as a set. Um, but changing the world, and if you read the story on my website, um, I always thought I want to I want to change the world. And then I thought, man, the world's a really big place. Like, how am I really going to do this? But then it hit me like, well, I don't have to change the entire world. I want to change somebody's world. So to me, you don't have to know my name. I don't need to be recognized for it or anything like that. A lot of the time I'm just like, you know what? I don't want you to know my name. I want you to remember 5 years from now, you know what? I may have been really struggling, but I happened to talk to somebody in the Starbucks line. I love Starbucks, obviously. In the Starbucks
I
line.
think you're tired and you need
I'm
one right
so
now.
tired. I haven't had any caffeine today. But yeah, so just like I was in the Starbucks line and somebody took the 5 minutes or the 10 minutes to like talk to me and check in on me. And you know what? In that moment, it changed how I felt about myself or changed the direction I was going in life, or it just reminded me of like, there's good people in the world. And
Mhm.
so it's really about changing somebody's world. It doesn't matter whose world or how many. If it's just one person, to me, that's worth it.
Well, that is a powerful statement because I know when you and I have spoken before, and you said when you think of changing the world as a whole, it could be very overwhelming. And we are just one person. But when you then broke it down and said, even if just one person a day, if I helped someone feel better or I made a difference in one person's life, think if every one of us did that. I mean,
Right.
we're almost to election day and people, do absentee vote and all that stuff. But I mean, on November 7th, we have um we're going to be voting. And so if everybody thought my vote doesn't really count, I'm just one person, then our voices wouldn't be heard and things wouldn't be passed and we wouldn't stand for. So I guess my point to parallel that is that we do matter. One vote does matter. One helping one person is a big deal. And like you said, everybody that buys these with the intention to give to someone that they perhaps don't even know one day, that's a huge that's a unicorn assassin move, girlfriend.
Right.
And I'm loving it.
And, I've even thinking, like, if you like, what if you change the like, what if it's just one person, right, that you really impact in life? Like, that just have a major impact. But that one person grows up or, like, something in their life happens, and they become somebody that literally changes, like, I don't know, discovers a cure for cancer. I don't know. However it is. Like, what
Yeah.
if you're motivating that person? And it's kind of like we've talked about before in the purpose in business, how I used to think I need to start a boutique. And then we talked about how sometimes in my mind, I was like, I was supposed to start the boutique. But then I realized I'm not supposed to start it. I'm supposed to help those people along the way that are like trying to figure out, make their dreams come true and own a business and do a startup or whatever. And I'm that person along the way that kind of helps them get to the next step because that's my purpose. Like that, as far as like boutique owner wise goes, I'm not supposed to be a boutique owner. I'm supposed to help.
And you realize that in the process of doing your own and realize that you get more joy from helping other people
Right.
do their own thing. But this new business now that you're doing, how do you feel in this role right now? Do you feel passionate? Is it different than when you boutiqued?
It is, which is really weird because I mean, if you think about it, when it comes to business, you're going to run it the same way. Like you would run it the same way that you would a boutique, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not really thinking about, okay, well, what am I going to sell? It's more of, okay, what's the meaning behind it? There's a meaning behind everything that I'm launching. And if I could, I would give it all away. And really, like a lot of it, so my price points, it's because like I'm not selling it for as much as, I probably should,
Could or should.
or should because I I also throw a lot of freebies in too because I'm like, I can't help it. I love giving free things away, which is probably not the greatest idea, but we're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think my mindset's a little bit different on this one because
Okay,
it's
and
really
it's
about selling.
your passion. It's like when we order things for the boutique, it's loving the look of it, but it's not your creation. Like these bracelets are you. You created this.
Right.
And so I'm gonna what about your box? Can you even the packaging is so cute. I just want you to show this.
So here is my box.
Yeah.
But here we go. And then on that side, it just says embracing your strength, unleashing your kindness. And then as you open it up, it says changing the world one bracelet at a time. And then the inside has like the story of it.
What
So
does that one say?
this
What
one says worthy.
okay.
So we'll see. I'm gonna
Oh my gosh, I love these so much.
Cool.
Oh, and so that one, okay, so mine
They're
has a rope.
all
They're
yeah,
all different.
they're all gonna be different. Yeah, and then I put a little unicorn, and then down below I put, "Yes, you, yes, you're beautiful."
Oh, I love it. You
So,
beautiful soul.
yep.
I
But it
love
does say, "Wear your bracelets proudly, knowing that you carry a message of hope and empowerment. When you meet someone who needs an encouraging word, simply gift them the engraved bracelet. It's a small act of kindness that can make a world of difference in someone's day and remind them of their own worth, strength, and beauty." Kill them with kindness.
killing with kindness, girl. Okay, so what's it made out of? Because I haven't taken these off for weeks and I've showered in them. I've done the whole thing.
So it is 18 gold fill over stainless steel.
Okay.
I shopped around a lot to try to find, when I say shopped around, I tested out a lot of material because I'm one of those that I don't take my jewelry off ever. I've had mine on. I've had these on since the day that I got them. They went to the ocean with me. Um, and I shower in them. I put lotion. I put lotion all over them. So yeah, I wanted something quality that you don't have to take off and that you can wear every day.
Mhm.
So some of them are a little bit like I have a couple of styles that to me are a little bit more edgy, but I think that if you wear them every day, I was getting feedback of like you want to kind of go with the more dainty stuff. I'll have a mixture of both just because
Yeah.
I think that everybody has a different style. Um, and then the rings and stuff that I'm going to be adding, which hopefully I'll get them added next week to the site. But those are actually going to be they're coated so that they're anti-tarnish, waterproof. It's like a new way of doing it. So you can wear them in the ocean, you can wear them in the pool, you can work out in them, and it'll still hold up, with color.
Well, I was gonna so yeah, I wanted to see. So you're telling me that even when you put the rings on your website, when you buy everything as a set, so you even the rings?
Yep, even the rings. So this one is I also have silver too. I'm testing it out to see if I like it because I know not everybody loves gold. But here are the rings. They're little hug hands.
So
Um,
cute.
so yeah, it's like a hug on your finger, but they'll come in two. So you can wear one and keep one, and then you can give one away. Uh,
Look, I'm up in there. I'm like, let me see that. I haven't seen those yet. I'm so
no,
excited.
I meant to send you a picture, and then I totally forgot. Um,
And then your necklace.
yes, and then I'll have this is the heart necklace right here.
Oh my gosh. Does that say anything on it?
It doesn't. I thought about engraving something on it, which we very well might. I don't know yet. Part of me says yes, but I've been a little
A
crazy. So
little crazy.
one
I
for
know,
this
and the
one.
other thing is, though, if you have it engraved on just one side, if somebody wants to wear it facing or turn it the
Yeah,
other way and not show it, you can do that too.
right.
I wonder who's gonna end up with my fab within. I've been wearing it as soon as I get moved, girl. As soon
You
as I get the
should.
chill
Yep.
bumps, somebody that's fabulous within, I'm gonna give it to them. But I'm kinda digging wearing them together. I don't wanna give it away yet, but
I
I will.
know.
I will when I feel like it when I get moved, but it hasn't happened yet, but I've
Oh,
been in my basement. Unless I see someone down here, who am I gonna see?
that's right.
Oh,
It's like you again. No, I'm gonna put. Oh, I have this other. I'm gonna step
yeah,
up.
go get it. Go get it. While
Yeah.
she's getting that, I'm gonna say, "Remember your why." I have these shirts on my website, and I thought it was perfect for Anna today. Remember your why, and she's given it to us.
All right. This is something that I came up with like a week ago. Then it hit me for the holidays. So
Okay.
I have these travel jewelry cases that I
You are
had.
worthy.
Yes. Um, and then it's just easy travel. So I'm gonna do like a gift set of like a bracelet, like the set of bracelets, and then I'm gonna rings and stuff that you can gift to somebody, or you can keep it for yourself and then gift some of it. But yeah, so then we have you are enough,
Ooh.
you are loved. That's what I got.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
Oh.
I'm telling you that I
You are
just
too good. You've been a busy girl.
it's
You've been
all
a busy unicorn.
it's it's hectic. But
And
yeah,
Terry lives in Atlanta, and she just said, "I'll be home for Thanksgiving. I'll take your fab
that's
bracelet."
right.
You are fabulous, Terry. You deserve it. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And I know you, I feel your heart. And anytime I talk about these bracelets, it's like when you can get behind a product because you believe in the person who is the owner, and really love the product. Like, this is like, I would buy this, and then I did buy for
You
one of my
did.
best friends because I believe in it and I love it, and I know the purpose. And so I guess the point for me having you on again mostly is you are an amazing human being. You're a great business mind. You have a really good business mind, but you're also a giver. And so there's so much value in all of that. And I just appreciate you so much.
Thank you. And I think we've talked about it before, and I tell my kids this all the time. You give without intention. And that's a big one, because I know that some people will shop the site and think, I don't want to spend that. I don't want to spend money on something that is meant to give away. To me, if you're going to give it without intention.
Mm.
Because I tell my kids, if you don't want to do something for someone, I mean, that in my head, I'm like, that's mean and you know it. But I'm like, if you don't want to do something and it like, I don't know, out of kindness, right?
Yeah.
If you really don't want to do it, then don't do it saying like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to keep a tab on you and you're going to need to do this. Like, eventually I can ask them for something in return. So either do it wholeheartedly without expecting anything in return, or like, don't do it.
I love that. And the other part of this is that could be not just with giving something, but like of your time. I think that's what you mean
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than to be talking to someone who tells you all the things that they've been doing for everybody else. And then in my mind, immediately I think, okay, I don't know. Are you doing it for them to help them, or is there another purpose here? Because
Right.
you really I don't know. I don't believe in, if you do something, just do it and like that's it. And I think that's what you mean, like don't score keep. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to do this and hopefully I'll get something later. It's just it feels good to help somebody, and that doesn't need to have a discussion with other people about what you've done,
Right.
you know.
Nobody needs to know. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like if you're gonna do it, then it doesn't matter if you're getting recognition for it.
Yeah.
Like, do it because you want to help somebody.
Mhm.
That's what I try to teach my children. I
Well,
mean,
I think you lead by example because I know how you've helped me, and there is no reason that I mean, it's like we don't even live near one another. I'm in Ohio, you're in Texas. It's like, what? We just connected, and it was like an immediate friendship. And then you've done a lot behind the scenes for me to get me up and running with my boutique. And I am forever grateful for that. And like you said, that don't talk about it. It's fine. It's just,
Rosa, you're doing great.
now I am. I'm like, but you know what? It's a good example. And I'm going to always support what you do too. And I love your entrepreneurial mind. I love your kindness and what these bracelets represent. And I never do podcasts where I'm like really super promoting someone's product, but I am today because I want to. And it's my podcast. I can do what I want. Terry says, if you loan someone money, you only loan it with no expectations of getting it back if you just give of yourself. Yeah, Terry, you're a
Right.
giver. Her mother and her sister
Mhm.
we grew up together. We think alike in that way. I thought she was going to say something funny because she's hilarious, but she's so serious on us tonight. But anyway, I always ask everybody this who's on the show. I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm going to make little clips out of this so people can see some parts about your why.
Okay.
And that's super important. And the holidays are coming up, so I thought this would be a great time for us to get this out there because my gosh, you guys can go to unicornassassin.com and check out all of our products that come in pairs with the intentions of giving something away. But I want to ask you before we go the find it question, what I asked you on the last time you were on, but it may be different. I mean, or it may be the same. You could say whatever you want. In your life, what have you found that you can share with us to inspire us to find it too?
I knew you were gonna ask me this question, and I'm like, I'm gonna have like such a great answer.
And
No,
you haven't had time to even get your
I'm not
Starbies.
sure. What have I found? Okay, I know this might sound really dumb,
It won't.
but I found my therapist.
Oh,
Okay, and when I say that, I feel like people that haven't found one should find one because whether you are going through something or not going through something, it's just nice to have someone to like help you process your thoughts because I go a mile a minute. And even with business, it's good to have someone that I can talk to that I'm like, that I am paying to talk to, right? Like they're there for my mental health.
yeah.
So it kind of keeps me from having like an emotional breakdown. I mean, today, was I on the verge? Probably a little bit, just like trying to stay above water right now. But I think that having someone to talk to and like your mental health, so not necessarily therapist, but having making sure that you
Yeah.
take care of your mental health is huge because it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're an entrepreneur or um, you're career woman, career man, stay at home mom. I think that's one of the hardest jobs. I mean, I'm going to say the hardest job is to be a mom. It's an emotional roller coaster. So
Mm.
just taking care of yourself mentally helps to like, helps everything else flow well.
That's
I
so
think
good.
people don't think about that. Like,
No, and also, but specifically, I mean, I know you said it doesn't necessarily have to be a therapist. Just take care of your mental health. 100% true. But I know a lot of people who have, including my daughter, goes to therapy, and it's so beneficial because it's not. I'm always able. She and I always communicate, and we talk about things. But having someone that's not emotionally attached to you, that's also schooled in helping mental health, and then knowing that everything that you say is just personal and private and no one else will know, and then having that educated person be able to answer you.
love
Oh
it.
my God, Joe, put that back up there. I'm a therapist, but I
That,
just yell, get over it for an hour.
that's
Joe, you're too
hilarious.
funny. Joe, I want you and Anna to meet. You would love her. I know she'd love you. She'd get a kick out of your humor. But yeah, so but the whole therapy thing, Terry says you girls are probably OCD and need a good therapist to help you process the daily. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting better about that. I do, and like Anna can tell you, Terry, when I first started this and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to shoot from the hip and just do it, and like I'm still feeling my way through. 10 years ago, I would have never done that until I thought I had everything perfect, and things still aren't perfect. And I'm still alive, Anna.
I
I'm making
know.
it. So I
And
know
I
it
am
can
so
be
far
done.
from OCD. I'm on the opposite. Like, I
You
don't know
are.
how I get through life sometimes, for being honest.
That's funny. But it
No,
is true. Mental health is huge. That we need to release all the stereotypes, and it's not, I don't know, taboo. People think, "Ooh, you can't control your mind. What kind of weak person is that?" No, people do. I'm CDL. It's like OCD, but it's in
that's
alphabetical order.
right. Oh my god.
He's nuts. Yeah, because you're not OCD. You have to have everything in order. I
Yeah.
love.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
anyway, Joe, you got in here too late. I got my evening chuckle in on my Wednesday nights when he pipes in. Joe has an amazing podcast, a show. He's out in the LA area. It's called War Games. Terry, the imperfections are the most fun. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But anyway, all right. Well, I like the way you ended it. Let's take care of this and our hearts and be kind. And in a world where we need extra kindness, even if you just help one person a day, that's huge, right?
That's
Feel
right.
better. That's right.
Right.
All right, Anna. Well, hang tight because I want to talk to you in the back. And everybody, check out Unicorn Assassin. Please read the why. I'm going to make little clips of this so you guys can hear it from her mouth, but it's beautifully written. She's a great writer. I adding this comment just to distract Debbie. Oh, Joe, you're killing me.
Mhm.
So read her why on Unicorn Assassin because it's so beautiful. And I know her and I know her heart, and let's support a new business and help.
And if you ever really wanna just talk business about, like, if you have a business idea, you can email
Yeah.
me too, because I do love to do that. It's weird, like you said, it's weird coming on trying like, I don't know about being salesy or, like, promoting. I'm horrible at it. I'm just like, "It is what it is," you know? We're
But
not trying
that's
to
why I
sell
wanted you on here, because I know that you have such great business ideas and you are so good at what you do. But I know it's easier for you to sell for other people. It's like you promote and give everybody else props, and I'm here to give you props
it.
because you deserve it, and you have a great company. But yeah, if anybody needs help with, you are a savvy business owner and you are a savvy business person. Somehow it's more difficult for me on my own journey too. Because it almost seems like I don't want to be braggy, but I gotta sell some stuff, Anna.
Yeah,
We
and
got
you are and you will.
all
You're gonna just knock
right.
it out of the park.
All right.
That's cute.
Well, we all appreciate you being with us. Those that were live, thank you, and those on replay, how you doing? We're here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, so stop on over and see us again. Don't forget to continue to find it. Find what? Whatever you're seeking. Let's figure it out. Let's find it. Be kind, and I will see you next week, same time, different guest. Toodles.
That floats around me, keeping me safe and